Hi, my name is Selam Katana, film composer and audio engineer. Today we're showcasing the new SPL Iron V2 mastering compressor, along with the all-known SPL PQ mastering equalizer, two absolute units of innovation and technology. And it's today that my son and I will be revealing to you how much clarity and punch these two units can give you in any musical setting.
I'm Enuate, vocal artist and producer, and from classical film composing to pop to rap, these two devices really hold their own weight in any situation that you put them in, assuring you to give that same certain warmth and texture that you only know from the greatest hits. And we have two examples lined up from classical film to modern rap music. And we'll look at certain parts of the track and at the track itself and just listen to what both of these can do for us. So I just say, let's dive in and listen. So let's start out with the SPL PQ mastering equalizer. And just as a heads up, everything that you heard are VSTs and none of these are real instruments. Our goal here is to make it sound as authentic and real as possible since this is just a VST. So our aim is to add body, to add this crispiness, this texture that you would only hear with a real string instrument. So as you have noticed, we just turned on the blue button, which is the proportional Q mode, and this is what sets the PQ apart from all the other equalizers, because this is available for each band individually, and when turned on, the difference is that the amplitude changes dependent on the bandwidth. So if the bandwidth is being raised, the amplitude is being reduced and vice versa. And this is perfect for soundscaping in comparison to the constant Q, which could be more fitting for corrective action, as you can hear here. As you can hear, the difference is just more body, more texture, and it just adds so much to something that is just a VST. Now let's see what the iron can do for the violin. Important thing to feature here are the airbase and tape roll-off feature, are both passive filters that have been integrated into the iron. So the tape roll-off resembles the frequency pathway for a tape machine, and the airbase just adds a perfect amount to the low end and to the high end, creating this juicy yet still brilliant and crispy sound for whatever you're processing with the iron. Let's switch back to the PQ and look at how it handles percussion. you notice here, we turned the high frequency band up by a lot, but in the proportional Q mode, because of the amplitude being reduced, it does not sound the same as you would with a normal equalizer. And this is just perfect for giving you more room to try out how some things would sound. Here you can really hear the difference between the constant Q mode and the proportional Q mode. Two completely different ways of using an equalizer. Now let's add the iron to the chain and see what it can do. Keeping in mind that we're now processing percussion sounds, something like the air bass feature really comes in handy for adding some extra low end and still some room, so to say, for the percussion to breathe. Listen to how it sounds with both of them being turned off. And now both back on. Alright, let's switch over to using the SPL PQ and SPL Iron and the mastering chain for this track. And what I'd like to add is that the SPL PQ and SPL Iron both have 120 volt technology, meaning they run at a operational voltage of 120 volt, and for comparison most usual audio equipment runs at 30 volt, and this results not only in 12 decibels more headroom, giving you more room to work with, but also that results in a more laid back, more natural sound with less unpleasant coloring and positive impacts on things like dynamic range, distortion limits, and signal to noise ratio. You can instantly hear the track sounding softer, yet more grand, more bigger, with a coloring that you really want and not this type of unpleasant coloring that dirties up the whole mix. And by the way, what's really innovative about the Iron is that it's a variable bias limiter / compressor, along with the 6 rectifiers, which have completely different characteristics in regards of attack and release. Giving you so many ways to use this tube compressor to use it in your way and for your sound as best as possible. Alright, we've now taken a look at what the SPL PQ and SPL Iron can do in terms of film composing, in terms of cinematic music. And we're now taking a look at a song from me, produced by me as well, which is a bit older, but it's completely different from the example before. This is a UK garage pop rap track with a complete different soundscape in regards of before, with punchy kicks, with a synth bass, with my vocals of course, and ad-libs, and the SPL PQ and the Iron are definitely also suitable for this. So let's start off by playing the track first.
Crazy ohne dich, lately hab ich dich vermisst. In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus dem Kopf, ja. Ich schaff's nicht ohne dich, yeah, yeah. Ich geh crazy ohne dich, lately hab ich dich vermisst. In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus dem Kopf, ja. Ich schaff's nicht ohne dich, yeah, yeah. Ich geh.
Alright, so we've now taken a listen at the song. By the way, if you have noticed, the song is in German and not in English, because German is my native language and not English. But let's start off by processing the vocals first.
Crazy ohne dich, lately hab ich dich vermisst. In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus meinem Kopf, ja. Ich schaff's nicht ohne dich, yeah, yeah. Ich geh crazy ohne dich, lately hab ich dich vermisst. In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus meinem Kopf, ja. Ich schaff's nicht ohne dich.
So it's important that my vocals are still full sounding, yet crispy, because I do not have the deepest voice and I do perform in a high register. So it's important that I have body, but I still have air in my vocals. For example, with the Iron, you can really get multiple compressors out of one, just by tweaking the tube bias, going from low to high. It increases the compression because it increases the voltage inside the tubes.
In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus meinem Kopf, ja. Ich schaff's nicht ohne dich, yeah, yeah.
And by the way, for this part, we automated the volume by lowering it 2 decibels, because here we raised the input by 2 decibels. And we want to show you the results before and after with the same volume.
Zeigst du mir, wohin ich soll, wenn ich nicht mehr weiter weiß? Weiß schon, was mich bald erwartet, ich dreh mich nur im Kreis. Bestimmt merkt die Zukunft, ich roll keinen Dice. Bei dir such ich Zuflucht, fall ich aus dem Gleis. Go, go,
Alright, as before, let's use the PQ and the Iron on the master chain.
Crazy ohne dich, lately hab ich dich vermisst. In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus dem Kopf, ja. Ich schaff's nicht ohne dich, yeah, yeah. Ich geh crazy ohne dich, lately hab ich dich vermisst. In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus dem Kopf.
Oh, and by the way, you know, the way we use our PQ and our Iron is really just our preference. You can use it any way you like, and you know, use it to shape the sound in any way you want, because we just try to achieve the sound from the music that we listen to, that we love, and that is our inspiration for our sound.
Weiß schon, was mich bald erwartet, ich dreh mich nur im Kreis. Bestimmt merkt die Zukunft, ich roll keinen Dice. Bei dir such ich Zuflucht, fall ich aus dem Gleis. Go, go, go.
And the focus here really lies in the mids in regards to this song. We really wanted to get the most out of it, because this is where the punch is, this is where the definition is, this is where we achieve this warm analog yet modern sound that this track needs.
Ohne dich, lately hab ich dich vermisst. In meinem Kopf bleibt dein Gesicht, krieg dich nicht raus aus dem Kopf, ja. Ich schaff's nicht ohne dich, Ich geh hoch und ich komm nicht mehr runter. Scheiß auf Downs, ich bleibe munter. Hab ne Pille, alles wird bunter. Sie weiß, ich hab's dabei. Das Swag, das Style, war noch nie so bereit. Für die so slide. Zeigst du mir, wohin ich soll, wenn ich nicht mehr weiter weiß. Weiß schon, was mich bald erwartet, ich dreh mich nur im Kreis. Bestimmt merkt die Zukunft, ich roll keinen Dice. Bei dir such ich Zuflucht, fall ich aus dem Gleis. Go, go,
And as you can hear, the difference is amazing. It glues the track together, yet sounds open, fat,
crazy.
yet soft, yet crisp. And you know, here we can also play with the air bass and the tape roll off, seeing which sound profile fits better for the master chain. There are so many ways to use these devices, which is just so great for the workflow of an engineer. Alright, that's it. So, we've only explored a couple of the possibilities that you can have with the SPL PQ and the SPL Iron, showcasing why these two are really unique and why these should be on the lookout when looking for studio gear to purchase.
We hope you enjoyed this showcase. Be sure to check out more from SPL at www.spl.audio.